Yo!
We finally got it.
We finally got it.
Yes. And to everybody out there, we apologize about that. We finally got it.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, God is good.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, so
welcome to the Spotlight program, man.
hey, yeah, good to be here. Good to be here.
And so we welcome you, Brother James. You have your wife there, Kristen.
Yep.
Okay, and your son, Janai.
My son, he goes by Poco Pero. That's a stage name, but his real name Jay Chris.
Okay, what's up, Jay Chris? How you doing, man?
Doing good. I'm a part of Soulful Productions.
Hey. And you got a blessed production, man.
And I came out for CD too.
What? You ready to promote it, man?
Yeah, he hard on do that. Yeah, he gets to that emotion. All right, let's go and sit down, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get down to business. All right.
Okay, just get down.
All right, and DJ LD, I'll let you go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah. So we're gonna start off with a word of prayer. That's how we like to start the show.
All right, sound good.
Have a word of prayer right now.
All right.
And so, Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord, for the opportunity tonight, Lord, not about us, but it's all about God. And so, Lord, we pray tonight for the James Perry and his family, Lord God. We pray for the Spotlight program. We pray for Full Radio. We pray for this world, Lord God. We ask that you bless it tonight. We ask for your presence here on the airwaves to be with us, Lord, as we spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. We thank you for saving us. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your grace. And we thank you for what you're doing with this radio station, the Spotlight program. We pray over our Facebook listeners tonight. And we thank you for this opportunity, God, where we come to give you the glory. We come to share our testimony. And we thank you. Without you, we're nothing. And without you, we can do nothing. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right.
And so, I'm loving it, man. So listen, you guys are the first family on the show.
Okay.
And, I was blessed by your bio. I was blessed by the song.
Okay.
I was blessed by everything that you're doing, man. You have a very extensive bio, man.
Yes, sir.
And so the world needs to know who J.O.T. is.
Okay.
So I want to start from the beginning. I see here that you're an author.
Yes.
You're a Christian rapper.
Yes.
You're CEO of the record label.
Yes.
You also have your clothing line.
Yes.
You also run Soul Food Productions.
Yes.
Your music ministry.
Yes.
And so this is awesome, man. Awesome ministry here, man. So tell us where it all started. Tell us how long ago. When did it start? And why did it start?
Okay. Well, it actually started up. I'll start like this. In 1993 is when I first got called by God to do the ministry. God put that calling on my heart to do the Productions ministry. And for those who don't know, there's a meaning behind soulful, the way we spell it. It's spelled SOUL-FULL. Our soul is full because we spread the word of Christ through what we do. So that's what the meaning is behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, but to get back to the story, in 1993, God called me. I was still in school at the time because I was up at NC State. That's why I went to I actually started up the company officially. like I said, you know, that was 1996 was when the company first got off the ground. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
And so the listeners are saying, is there another mic on, or do you have a mic on over there or something?
I might is the feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see something.
My sound. Yeah. Yeah, they're saying that I sound like a robot. Something's on another mic.
How's that? Is that better?
Because it's like every time I talk, yeah, it's saying my sound is on. I don't have a mic there.
Okay. We had a Bluetooth speaker on, but I cut it off.
Yeah, there was feedback.
Okay. Is it how's it now?
I mean, yeah, it's still there.
Huh. Okay. We don't have any other mics. That was the only thing, that Bluetooth speaker.
Okay. Let me keep going then.
Okay.
And so, you started back in 1993, 1996.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still the same. And so, were you born and raised in Winston-Salem?
Yeah, I actually was born and raised in Winston-Salem. So I'm a native. Yes.
Okay. And so, what about your upbringing? What was that like as far as you growing up?
I pretty much grew up in a household of teachers. My mom was a teacher. My dad was a teacher. So, you know, they always stressed education. You know, grew up in the church.
Yeah, my mommy is a teacher too.
And,
Okay, we gonna get to your mommy now.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I mean, you know, it was pretty, I guess you could say a traditional upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah.
Because we wanted to get to you know, let the audience hear, you know, how you changed your life, why you changed your life. So I know one part of the testimony is when you had cancer.
Yeah, and actually, the cancer was after I had turned my life over to Christ. But it's funny you mentioned that though. When I was going through the cancer, you know, a lot of people, I talked to some other cancer survivors, and one lady I remember I was talking to, she asked me, she said, "I'm mad." She said, "Aren't you mad?" And I said, "No." I said, "Actually, I said, I'm not mad. It wasn't that I was happy that I had cancer, but I mean, I wasn't mad because she was mad at God." And I was like, well, no, I'm not mad at God. I said, you know, if it's God's will that, you know, it's my time to go. I said, I'm not mad. I'm just thankful for what he allowed me to do while I was here, you know, up until that time. You know, that's the way I was looking at it. And but then when I, you know, after talking to her for a while, she kind of, you know, was like, well, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. So I don't know. I think maybe it helped that she was fellowshipping with another cancer survivor because, yeah, cancer is one of those things, you know, nobody ever expects to get. But I think because I was walking with God, you know what I'm saying? For me, that gave me a sense of joy through all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And but yeah, so but to tell you about, I think what you were asking me, what kind of transition my life, like I told you,
why did you give your life to the Lord? Like, what made you? What happened? What made you do that?
I was actually out with a friend. We were hanging out. It was late night, and I used to DJ back in the day. And before I got into the, you know, the ministry and started rapping and everything, I used to be a DJ, and a secular DJ. And so anyway, we were in the car, and it was like I heard a voice, just like speak out to me, and the voice was like, what are you doing?
Mm.
Kind of like, what are you doing with your life? And you know, when you hear God's voice,
Yeah.
you know it's God's voice. You know what I mean? It's no mistaking that it's God's voice.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that voice, I kind of just put my head into my hands and I kind of just put my hands over my face because, you know, in the presence of God, you just feel, you know, dirty. You know what I'm saying? You just feel unclean, you're unworthy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so it was at that moment I realized God was trying to tell me there's a bigger purpose for me than what I had.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny when I turned my life over that night because I said, you know, I told my friend he thought I was just, you know, he didn't know what was going on with me. I actually was praying when I had my hands over my face, and I told God, I said, give me this second chance to do something with my life, God. I see what you're trying to do, and I won't disappoint you. I said, I'm gonna go hard for you. And so God, like, you know what I'm saying, from that moment on, I started, you know what I'm saying, doing things different. Even my friends were coming around me and they were like, you changed. I kept hearing
Right.
that. A lot of friends were like, you changed. But it was a good thing. They were making it sound like it's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And then after I graduated, I started taking songs that I had written because I never had rapped in my life before this time. Before I just, like I said, I used to DJ. And when I got called, I was like, well, okay, God, you know, you want me to do this? And I was like, I got to find me a rapper, you know. And God was letting me know, no. He said, I'm going to make you rap. He said, if I can make a donkey talk in the Bible, I can make you rap.
Amen.
And, you know, that's kind of it. The rest
So
is
when did you meet Crystal, your wife?
now that came way later. Because you know, like I said, 96 is when I started up the company. Crystal and I didn't meet till actually it was probably it was about 2007. I met her at the public library. She was working at the public library at the time.
Okay. And so she was your business partner first, or
Well,
she?
let me tell you how God works. It's funny. I had actually, I was actually sitting there looking, not like out searching for somebody, but you know how I was didn't have anybody at the time, and I remember when I saw her at the library, I said, I'm gonna show her my music video because I had a music video that aired on BET Sunday Morning Gospel many years ago. And it was called Press On.
Okay.
And for anybody who wants to see that video, it's actually on YouTube, Press On by JOT. And yeah. And I was gonna say it's funny when I saw her passing by, she was pushing her cart of books and everything, and she caught my eye.
Right.
So I said, I'm gonna show her my video. And I said, excuse me. I said, you wanna see something that I said you might like it? And she's like, okay. And so I clicked on it, and she said, that's you. You know, that's a music video. And I said, yeah. I said, you aired on BET. I said, I'm a Christian rapper. And I said, this is what I do, for a living. And so anyway, after that, she and I, were talking and everything. And she surprised me one day. We were talking, and she started singing.
Oh, okay.
I heard that anointing on her voice.
Amen.
I said, God doesn't make mistakes.
Amen.
And from there, that's when we started performing together. Because I told her, I said, God brought us together for a reason. And we started performing at churches. And then it went on to bigger venues after a while. We did the Twin City Rib Fest. We also did the Hispanic Festival. They call it Fiesta, downtown Winston-Salem. We also did a festival at NC State. It was El Salsa Boy. And then we also did the Dixie Classic Fair here in Winston. And we actually have been doing the fair continually for, it's been going on 12 years.
Yes.
And
And so you put out like 15 albums. You did like 12 vinyl records. And you also published a autobiography in 2006.
yes, and the CDs, yeah, is 15 CDs and 8 vinyl records. Yeah, it's a blessing. Because I told people, I said it's hard, which anybody in music knows, it's hard to when you don't have a label behind you, and you don't really have like money like that, because but what, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And but what I did, one part that people don't know too, I taught school for 3 years. I actually taught BED in the Winston-Salem County school system. And what I did, I asked my parents, I said, if I come back home from Raleigh and I get this teaching position, I asked them, can I stay with y'all and bank my money? I said, I'm gonna put my money towards Soulful in my, and so and that's how I was able to kind of start up Soulful. Yeah, and it was a lot of people at first when I came back, and some people were like, well, where you staying? And I said, well, with my parents. First thing they think, but I was like, no, it's not like that. I said, I got a plan. I said, I'm actually saving my money and banking it, and from that I was able to sit there and press up the CDs and put them in and press up the vinyl. You see what I'm saying? And press up the book. So God always makes a way.
Yes, yes, he does. And so I just want to let the listeners know that we're live on Facebook, and this is the Spotlight Show. Our guests today are JOP, this is Jane Joe Perry, with his wife and his son. We are in association with Rock Radio, which is Live 365, internet station, 24 hours gospel music nonstop. And so I want to talk to your wife for a minute, because she has songs which she does in English and Spanish. So I want to ask you, like, when did you begin singing, and then what made you the idea to do the English-Spanish version of your music?
Well, I first started singing in homeschool. My mom used to homeschool me.
Right.
And my son, but when I was in homeschool, my mom would let me make up songs for devotion.
Okay.
So she would let me record my songs, and I was like, oh, maybe one day I'll be a superstar. And so he came along, and after that, he said, I do music. I put music on vinyl and CD. So I was like, wow, this is my opportunity. I said, God did it. And so I sung for him, and he liked my voice. And so after a while, I started brainstorming. Once I got with him, came up with songs, we started recording, and it took off from there. And he told me he also did music in English and Spanish. So I was like, okay. At first, I was like, I don't know Spanish. But he said, I'll teach you.
Wow.
That way, we can reach a broader audience. And so he told me, yeah, I was able to learn a little bit.
Amen. And so, Brother James, you also go by AKA Grande Canto.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Basically, it just means big cat, and I tell people I'm a big cat for Christ, because when I go for Christ, I go hard.
Amen. And so Christopher is AKA Bonita Senorita.
Right.
What does that mean?
Beautiful lady for Christ. Yeah.
Amen. And now your son is
Coco Pillow, that means small dog.
And so, how does your son, Janati,
J. Chris,
how do you like performing live, and how do you like recording music?
Well, J. Chris, how do you like recording live?
Yes.
And tell them about how you like to record music. Tell them you do it about every day, don't you?
I do it by every day. I came out with a song called Vida.
And what?
Uh-huh.
You know Spanish
Good
too.
life.
Vida means life.
Life.
Okay. And so now he's on the song I Love Myself, right?
Yeah, he actually produced that track.
What?
Yeah.
It's on one CD album.
That's right, it's on what I see.
I love it. And so can you guys give us a little bit of that while we're, for the listeners out here, just so they can know who you are, who you are?
Okay, well, you mean like actually, start rapping and singing?
Yeah, y'all can give us some of the I Love Myself.
Okay, well, I'll let Crystal start it off, then I'll break into my part where I rap. All right, good.
Coco Pillow on the track.
That's right.
I love myself no matter what somebody tells me. I love myself. I love myself. It's me. It's me. It's me. I see. It's me. It's me. It's me. I see.
And I hit a little something eclectic, dialectic. My style is hectic. I resurrected, so folks best respected. I'm shaking the ground, taking the crown, breaking them down very profound like a scientific compound. Molecular made irregular and my competitors. The metaphors, battles, fighting bull like matadors. Strata their heads, saddle their heads like thoroughbreds. But where here's the fortune and fame, rappers scorch one flame. I keep it in check, but leave it erect. They see the respect. I interject my clean dialect, get conditioned the verse, petition the worst. Conclusive, why conclusive, folk compose from my earth.
Amen.
I bet see my God give me joy lit. God give me joy and it is a blessing. My faith helped me out when I start stressing. I know if I pray, things will be okay. God give me joy. That's all I have to say.
Hey.
Amen, Janani, man. I like that one too.
Let him go inside. Good.
Now, I sent a couple of them songs out. I think those two.
Okay.
To the radio station. So I sent it to the radio station, Janani. But in order to hear it, you got to listen. Listen to Live 155 Radio. And so we'll be playing them around like Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, and we
That's where they put the new mix up.
Yeah, but we appreciate that, DJ LD.
And now we want to talk about the clothing line. I was checking it out.
Okay.
So I checked out the sneakers.
I have to choose.
Yeah, my son came ready.
Those are hot, man.
This is one of his right here.
Wow. So this is Soulful Sneakers.
Yeah, that was the Soulful Sneakers, and then we got like my wife. She's got some Soulful.
Wow. Ooh, nice.
Hey, so yeah, God is good. I tell y'all. Yeah, and even and her box has her artwork on it. You know, yeah, she drew that. You know, and then got the Soulful and Bonita series.
Because I seen the ladies have the sweatsuits and all of that.
Yeah.
The men got the boxer shorts.
Yeah. And
the socks and all.
Yeah, and we lately the shoe venture is kind of a new thing. We haven't been doing that long, but we really are pleased with the way they came out because we deal with a place out of Italy that does those. And they some people they'll try and promote something even though they know that it doesn't fit good or hurt their feet, ain't gonna make people be able to walk good. But we worn these shoes and they really do fit good.
I see.
You not came out with some white jump shoes too.
That's right.
No, you had an awesome clothing line, man. So where can the people look to the website again
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see
Yeah.
your clothing
Go
line?
to the website. That way they can check out, you know what I'm
And buy
saying,
our shit.
what we got going on. And, you know, there's the links up there. So,
That's Soulful Productions, right?
yeah, www.soulfullproductions.com. Soulfulproductions.com.
My CD
Yeah.
is on websites too. I have it on CD Baby Amazon.
Yeah, yes. He tell people he got a CD out, Kitty Soul on Amazon. I tell you, most hard.
So how many CDs do you have for the 2020?
Okay, go say that again, DJ LD.
How many CDs do you have coming out for 2020?
We got a CD we're working on.
Soulful Part 6.
Yeah, Soulful Part 6 that we're working on now.
Yeah.
And we finished all the songs, but we got to piece it together, you know, and finish the artwork and all that stuff. And then, you know, it'll be ready to drop.
So that's Soulful Part 6.
Yes, yes,
Then the clothing line on Soulful Productions.
yes,
Soulful Production.
yes.
And the sneaker line as well, all leather sneakers.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
Mommy came out with some Balenciaga weird threes too.
Yeah, his mom came out with some sneakers too, some all gold, glitter gold sneakers.
And boots too.
Yeah, I seen the boot one. I seen
Yeah,
the boot one. Yeah. But nice, awesome clothing line. Yes.
Well, we try to give people something that's gonna look nice and quality. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
you know, so yeah, God is good.
That's, I mean, great. And like I said, you got an awesome ministry.
Well,
And
thank
so
you.
have you guys performed up in New York, New Jersey area?
We haven't performed in New York, but my wife and I have performed in Miami. We performed in Miami, Florida, at a nightclub down there, Miami Live, and that was in 2017, and then in 2018 we actually did our first overseas performance, and that was in Havana, Cuba.
Wow.
Yeah, so God,
And they had nightclub at the Wicker event.
yeah, and
For the No Quran City Wicker.
yeah, my son is letting everybody know that I had an event this year before the coronavirus hit hard back in March.
Okay.
I did at this club called the Poorhouse in Raleigh. So I was able to actually get in a performance before all this mess hit, you know.
Yes, yes.
So,
Wow. You got an awesome family, awesome ministry, man.
Well, thank you,
Doing
DJ.
some awesome things. And so we want the world to know, man. The people on Facebook to know about J.O.T. And as a family, it's a blessing to have a family, you know, doing music together. Because you're right about that support thing, man.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've been an up-and-coming artist for years. But it's that support thing that's missing, like you said.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes we have to make sacrifices in order to make it, in order to do what we want and do what we like.
That's right.
It looks like you've been making a lot of sacrifices.
Yeah.
For you for that.
Yeah, I thank God for it. And I was gonna just add this too. It's funny, DJ LD, that when you were talking about that, you notice all that technical difficulty we had. I honestly think that was the devil trying to mess with.
Yeah.
We want people to hear the good news.
Exactly.
But God overcame.
Yes, yes, he always overcome.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And but is there any advice you want to say to anybody that's listening that wants to get into the music business, the gospel business, music business? Any advice you have for young people or people?
Yeah. The biggest thing I would tell them, and I know it may sound like something they've heard before, but I mean it's true. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Even when it seems like all else is failed, God will come. He will, and he'll be right on time. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard sometimes being patient, and you know what I'm saying, and letting him do things in his will and his timing, but it's worth it if you just hold on.
Amen.
So that's what I would definitely tell. That faith, it has helped me through all kinds of trials and tribulations. And so, you know, that's why I'm speaking from experience. Hold on to his hand, his unchanging hand. Don't never let anything make you.
Amen. And that's some excellent, that's some good advice, man. And you know, we appreciate you guys being on our show, man.
Well, we
Like
thank
I
you.
said, you guys are the first family here on Talk Radio, on the spotlight, man. We appreciate everything that you're doing, man. And so now you said you got the Bluetooth there, right?
Yeah.
So you think you can maybe play one of your songs as you go out as you leave, so the people can hear?
You know, I'm trying. Yeah, I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull something up. Let's see. That's it.
Again, you're on public. This is the spotlight. Every Friday night, 7 p.m., we spotlight a gospel artist from all over. Tonight's guest from North Carolina, KOG. We thank all our Facebook people for listening. We apologize for the late start, the inconvenience, but some things just happen, you know. Thank you guys for your support. Again, this is KOG. Check out their clothing, their music is on Soulful Productions. Go to their site and check out their music and their clothing. Awesome. Every men, women, and children. And so they've been a blessing to our blessing. And we just pray that God continue to bless them in what they're doing. And we thank everybody for listening. And so they're going to take us out with one of their songs right here live on the spotlight. KOG, let's hear.
All right. Let me go ahead and I'll play this song right here. It's a new track. Haven't even released it yet, but it's called Christians Got That Praise. So I hope y'all like it.
All right. Gennady, man. Keep singing, Gennady.
All right. We had it. Okay. See if y'all can. But this song's gonna be on the new CD. So that's a little bit of that song right there. But the song is called Christians Got That Praise.
And that's going to be on the Soulful Part 5 or 6?
6. Soulful Part 6.
Okay.
I mean,
we're going to continue to look out for you guys and support everything that you're doing. And we thank you for blessing us, for being on our show. And we wish you the best, man. God bless you, Brother James, Sister Crystal, and Gennady. God bless you, man. Thank you for being on the spotlight.
And Thank you for having us, DJ LD.
We'll talk, brother. We appreciate you. God bless.
God bless.
And God bless.
Keep listening to Hope Radio 3
And the Billboard Chat
355.
family, too.
We got you. We got you.
And the Billboard Chat family.
God bless, man.
And God bless.
All right. God bless.
Stay blessed, and stay alive.
Hey, thank you. You too. Be safe.
Well, God bless.